Welcome to Uflex USA, located in Sarasota, Florida. Today, we are installing a Uflex ZTF tiller system. This application is on a center console with a single outboard. This installation procedure is valid for any outboard installation with a tiller steering. Small details may change depending on the engine make and model. For additional information, please reference the Uflex installation manual. This installation has a moderate difficulty level and will take 30 minutes to an hour on average. First, we will be unboxing the ZTF tiller system. The Uflex ZTF kit comes with the following: complete cylinder, hoses, ZTF device, and hardware kit. The kit does not include the tiller handle. Please refer to the Uflex catalog to verify the ZTF compatibility with the tiller handles on the market. The ZTF system is supplied already purged and refilled with oil. Make sure to not kink the hydraulic lines while unboxing. Once the system is unboxed, we can proceed to connect the bracket to the ZTF valve device. Couple the flat side of the bracket to the bottom side of the ZTF device. Insert the two bolts with flat washers from the bottom up. Lock in place with the lock nuts and washer added from the top. Tighten to 80 Nm. Next, connecting the link arm to the engine. The link arm will go on top of the engine tiller arm to the hole defined in the installation manual for each ZTF model. Now, we can position the Uflex super bolt into the link arm and then carefully thread it through the engine tiller arm. Tighten the super bolt, then install the safety nut and tighten to torque. Install the connecting bracket on the engine tiller. The connection with the tiller varies from engine to engine. Some have two front bolts, others have two vertical bolts. Please refer to the product's manual for details. In this video, we will show the installation of ZTF system with a bracket with two front bolts. Place the bracket as shown in front of the tiller arm of the engine. Use the bolts and washers supplied to connect the brackets to the engine. Tighten to the torque specified in the installation manual. During this operation, it is very important to keep the hydraulic lines from kinking. The cylinder is now connected to the tiller arm of the engine. The ZTF cylinder comes with bull horns already installed. At this stage, you can swivel the cylinder and fit the bull horns to the side of the tilt tube. To ensure the same amount of steering travels to port and starboard, it is important to first center the cylinder. We need to have an equal amount of rod on both sides. Make sure to open the bypass valve on the ZTF device to move the cylinder freely. Now that the cylinders are centered at mid-stroke, it's time to center the engine. We do this by moving the tiller at the center of the engine bracket. If necessary, take a measurement from the side of the engine bracket. Before proceeding to the next step, we can install the first collar on the threaded part of the tilt tube, which is usually on the starboard side. Make sure to first assemble the bolt and lock nut to the collar. Now that the motor and the cylinder are centered, we can determine how many spacers we need on both sides by measuring the distance between the bullhorn and the tilt tube. It is important to remember that you may not use an equal number of spacers on each side. When installing the tilt tube rod, it is important to apply marine-type grease. Insert the first half of the rod. Connect the second half of the rod to the first half with the key and push the rod inside the tilt tube. Make sure the key is still in place once the tilt tube is fully inserted. At this point, the correct spacers are installed and the bullhorns are in place. Now, we can proceed with tightening the lock nuts of the bullhorns. Now that we have our tilt tube rod installed and spaced correctly, we can finish the installation by manually unscrewing the tilt tube collar to eliminate the residual side clearance. Remember to tighten the bolt on the collar to lock it in place. The next step is getting the OEM tiller handle ready for installation. All tiller handles come with a bracket to connect them to the engine. Remove the bracket by unbolting the pivoting, tilting, bolt assembly, and spacers. Keep a record of the correct sequence of spacers and washers. Some Uflex ZTF kits come with throttle and shift cables that have to be used to replace the original ones that came with the OEM tiller handle. We install the new cables at this stage by following the OEM instructions included with the tiller handle. Now we can place the tiller handle on the ZTF device and use the original OEM bolt and spacers to fasten it to the system. Tools and torques vary from brand to brand. Make sure to read both the OEM manual and the Uflex ZTF manual for more information. To complete the system installation, be sure to check out our other videos. For additional information, please reference the Uflex installation manual or check out our website.